Commander Rick Husband, Payload Specialist Ilan Ramon, Pilot William McCool, and Mission Specialist Michael Anderson, David Brown, Laurel Clark, and Kalpana Chawla. "15 seconds. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have booster ignition and liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia with a multitude of national and international space research experiments.
Houston now controlling the flight of Columbia, the international research mission finally underway.
Me. You see me? Yep. There. What, Kissy? Oh, I just turned towards you. I see what you have there. There. Okay, love.
Flashback, Casey, if you got any.
Yeah, great taping, you can just give it to us.
That's 6.5 bags.
Okay, I am going to have to give this to Laura when she's done. You mean?
Not yet?
Yeah, now I can.
Now I can see your camera. Okay.
Okay, stop playing. Okay, 2210, 1052 is what we were looking for.
Okay. 1016, right? Oh, that's 16 right here. Yeah, 22, 10, 16.
Yeah, 22, 10, 16.
Okay.
Correct, sorry.
Columbia, Houston, comm check. Columbia, Houston, UHF comm check.
Capcom, Charlie Hobart calling Columbia on UHF frequency as it approaches the Merritt Island tracking station range in Florida. 12.5 minutes to touchdown according to clocks and mission control.
Columbia, Houston, UHF comm check.
Fido, when are you expecting tracking? 1 minute to go, flight.
My fellow Americans, this day has brought terrible news and great sadness to our country. At 9 o'clock this morning, Mission Control in Houston lost contact with our Space Shuttle Columbia. A short time later, debris was seen falling from the skies above Texas. The Columbia is lost. There are no survivors. On board was a crew of 7. Colonel Rick Husband, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Anderson, Commander Laurel Clark, Captain David Brown, Commander William McCool, Dr. Kulbna Shavla, and Ilan Ramon, a colonel in the Israeli Air Force.
"天蓝色训练服的航天员翟志刚和聂海胜的陪同下，走出航天员专用通道，出征仪式正式开始。
We'll have more coming. And there it is.
To play and learn. I have to tell you, I've never seen so many people excited or so excited about just seeing two tracks, in the dirt.
This is the egress activity that we dry ran to make sure that what we're going to do on Mars was correct, and this is a product of good planning on the entire egress activity. We're doing the turn in place right here on the lander deck, back up and turn in place, and we are heading towards one of the. This is going to end up with 6 wheels on soil at about the exact predicted distance and.
Today, we set a new course for America's space program. We will give NASA a new focus and vision for future exploration. We will build new ships to carry man forward into the universe, to gain a new foothold on the moon, and to prepare for new journeys to the worlds beyond our own.
One of the beautiful gas giants in our solar system, with the beautiful rings. But studying the planet itself, of course, as we were able to get to higher latitudes, we were able to look down at the polar region and see other spectacular things. This is Enceladus. This is a small moon just outside the rings of Saturn, and of course is the beautiful Titan. This moon is bigger than the planet Mercury. Now, because of the importance of Enceladus that Cassini has shown us, and of Titan, another potential world that could be habitable for life, perhaps not like we know it, but perhaps completely different than ours, we had to make decisions on how to dispose of the spacecraft. And that led us inevitably to the plan of taking Cassini and plunging it into Saturn.
With the animation video, as you can see, we've shown it many times, and you see the impact here. But what's interesting when you look at this is there's the impact that actually occurred. It came together quite well. Just phenomenal. It went.
I think that all of us are better people as well as better astronauts, better engineers, better flight controllers, managers, whatever our job is, because of what we have learned from Columbia. And I will take this opportunity to say that we need to continue to learn. The generations that follow us need to study both Challenger and Columbia, as well as other incidents that have happened throughout history, how we can do better, and we have got to continue to challenge ourselves. At any point where we think we've learned it all, we're wrong, because we haven't learned it all.
Go for main engine start. 7, 6, 5, 3 engines up and burning. 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Discovery, beginning America's new journey to the moon, Mars.
Is now controlling. Commander Alan Collins confirming Discovery is rolling onto course for rendezvous with the International Space Station. Seconds since launch, Discovery is already traveling 400 miles per hour.
Local standard time, the moon impact probe, operation of the onboard camera, and analysis of the altitude experiment. From the signals, whatever we have received so far, we confirm.
Joshua Coach, stamp 4-1 check on mission.
4
2, 1, release, release, release. Clear.
Main release. Stable.
The big milestones in the spaceship program, and it couldn't have gone better. The spaceship flew like a bird, and the crew got out with big smiles on their face, so absolutely delighted.
meters per second.
2, 1, 0, and liftoff. The final liftoff of Atlantis. On the shoulders of the space shuttle, America will continue.
Controlling the flight of Atlantis, the space shuttle spreads its wings one final time for the start of a sentimental journey into history. Aim on the international. 40 seconds into the flight.
As it always is, great to be out here. STS-135, notable, significant for several reasons, not the least of which it's the last flight, and I don't think that comes as a surprise to anybody. I think I speak on behalf of the crew, everyone in the astronaut office, and I'm sure everybody here at KSC that we're just trying to savor the moment. Our children and our children's children ask us, we want to be able to say, we remember when there was a space shuttle. And like I said, we're savoring every moment, trying to take it all in.
इस समय हम अपने स्क्रीन पे सभागार के अंदर
कि इस समय हम प्रज्वलन से केवल 21 मिनट 3 सेकंड की दूरी पर अचलों के एक नियत सीमा में बनाए रखना बेहद आवश्यक है। इसे ध्यान में रखते हुए स्वायत्तता या
As the vehicle traveled through the atmosphere, its first stage and the strap-ons burned and separated from the vehicle, and subsequently the second stage liquid engine took over. When the vehicle moved away from the atmosphere, the heat shields separated and the second stage handed over the flight to the third stage.
इतने समयांतराल में हम पिछले प्रज्वलन के तुलनात्मक अध्ययन से तरल इंजन के अभिलक्षण भी वैज्ञानिक हैं, जितने भी वरिष्ठ वैज्ञानिक हैं, जितने बिल्कुल और यही वो क्षण है जिसकी तो समूचे राष्ट्र को प्रतीक्षा थी। अब आप इसरो के चेयरमैन की
There are your red romaine lettuce leaves on the veggie experiment. And we're standing by now for the first consumption of one of these red romaine lettuce leaves that had plasma experiment to be brought inside the station, and have just taken samples of thruster residue from one of the solar arrays on the outside of the Russian segment of the station.
Cheers. That's awesome. Good. Tastes good? Yeah. I like that. Kind of like arugula. Yeah. It's fresh. That's all. Yeah. Let's try some. Some oil and vinegar. And you don't know like vinegar. That was good. Vinegar.
11:46 a.m. Central Time. The crew consumes the first space-grown produce aboard the International Space Station.
Good stuff. That was good, yeah. That was cool.
Absolutely. As an astronaut, of course, I would be fascinated to go. Well, to be realistic, I think it might be the next generation that will really go there as humans. But today we're here in the control center of ESA, laying the foundation for humans to go there, because we'll find out what the conditions there are like, how we can land there. Is there possibly life there that we can already detect from orbit with probes? Eventually, though, we will need to go there ourselves as scientists to really find out what's there.
Three, two, 1, 0. Liftoff of the mighty Delta IV Heavy rocket with NASA's Parker Solar Probe, a daring mission to shed light on the mysteries of our closest star, the Sun.
3R68 look good in the full thrust mode.
And I'd just like to add that my own personal goal would be to get these spacecraft to last 50 years. So we launched in 1977. If we get out to 2027, that'll be a 50-year mission, and I think that would be fantastic.
We agree. Jupiter, and then Saturn, and then Uranus, and then Neptune. And then after 1989, we began what is now called the Voyager Interstellar mission. We were
揭开了古老月背的神秘面纱。
那么这次任务呢，实现了人类。
我们的月球车在地面的指令控制下，向前缓缓地移动。现在，
此次在月球上进行的生物科普试验，选择了棉花、油菜、土豆、拟南芥、酵母和果蝇6种生物作为样本，将它们的种子和虫卵带到月球上进行培育。最新传回的图片显示，棉花的嫩芽长势良好。这是在经历月球低重力、强辐射、高温差等严峻环境考验后，在月球上长出了第一株植物嫩芽。
尽管是生物一些奠基工作，一些这个技术的沉淀。
据了解，此次科普试验的生物物种筛选有着非常严苛的要求。由于载荷大小有限，里面的动植物不能
一件这个特色点明选，大概是12天到15天左右，整个过程就可以完成。
64th flight of White Knight 2. The original White Knight 2 was built. Touchdown.
In April of 2017, all the dishes in the Event Horizon Telescope swiveled, turned, and stared at a galaxy 55 million light years away. It's called Messier 87 or M87. And there's a supermassive black hole at its core. And we are delighted to be able to report to you today that we have seen what we thought was unseeable. We have seen and taken a picture of a black hole. Here it is.
לצערנו הרב, החללית לא הגיעה בשלמות לירח. אנחנו הגענו עד לירח, זה הישג אדיר. אנחנו המדינה השביעית שהגיעה עד הירח.
בישראל...
מה?